Right, so we said we want to use $1,000 account and bring it to 10,000 within 12 months trading on the stock market. Right, so I hope that some of us have started opening our accounts and creating our accounts to that effect. On this channel, I have said that we want to use the stock market as our platform and as our tool to creating income, and more so passive incomes where we can use to retire rich and retire young. So you want to sit tight and then let's get down to it.
Income streams, they start to flow. From determination they grow.
So I have said that anybody can trade on the stock market. No matter how much you have, you can trade on the stock market. But as we aspire to make millions where we're going to retire rich and retire young, we want to, take steps that can propel our journey faster. And that is why this challenge is so important for people who are really interested in changing their lives through trading on the stock market, and then people who also don't know anything about trading on the stock market. You can just jump in and start learning, start following the episodes, start, watching the videos on this channel, and you will be on your way to making your millions, and then to also retiring rich and retiring young. I have said again that statistics have proven that 99% of the rich made their millions through trading on the stock market. So we don't want to be left out. We want to be part of, the millionaires. And a journey of 1,000 miles will always start with a step. On this channel, I am big on trading on the stock market, raising passive income through the stock market, and then further investing in several, ways by which we can raise monies to reaching our millions, where we retire rich and then where we retire young. Remember, our focus is not just to retire rich. Our focus is to retire rich and retire young, so that we can enjoy the monies that we have so much worked for. I have realized that most people who watch my channel are from different, areas, from the US, from India and Ghana, and, all the other countries. And so I'm looking at where it does not put a limit on where you are or the work you are doing. We are using the stock market to raising incomes, right? Whether you are working a 9-to-5 day job, or you are just a full-time trader, you are an active investor on the stock market, or you are a passive investor of the stock market, this opportunity is open to everybody. And so I welcome those who are in the I welcome people who have tight schedules to take advantage of this opportunity, because on this channel, you are going to be learned. We are not going to just talk things. We are going to teach stuff, right? We're going to talk, we're going to walk the talk, we're going to teach what we are talking about and how we can practically learn our way to making our millions. And so you don't want to be left out of this process. You want to be part of this channel and be part of my community, where I will walk us through step by step. After everything is said and done, a lot of us are going to learn skills that will reward us for life. Because, even if you don't know how to trade on this channel, you are going to learn how to trade from zero to acquiring a skill, trading on the stock market and making money, making your millions, to retiring rich and retiring young. So on this video, I want to take us to begin to look at how we're going to start with the process of trading with $1,000 and driving it to 10,000. And so I will take you into my Excel sheet where I am making calculations as to how we begin that process and how we reach, our goal. And once again, I said that this teaching that I'm going to be doing is going to come in episodes. So the first introductory video that I made is there, where I have spoken about how we can create our account and then deposit $1,000, where we want to drive the $1,000 to 10,000 within 12 months trading on the stock market. So I want you to sit tight and then take the episodes as they come, because it's not going to be a one-off thing. We are going to set this thing up so that we can always have targets, because from 10,000 to 10,000, then we are moving to another challenge where we're going to have moving 10,000 to 25,000, where we are going to trade on the stock market unlimited. Now, for those who don't know, if you are a beginner trader on the stock market, there is a rule that says that it is called the pattern day trading rule, that says that if you are new and you are operating a margin account, and a margin account is an account where you have less than $25,000 in that account. Now, it is assumed that you don't know, you are not an experienced trader, so this rule applies to you. And what does the meaning, what does the rule mean? The rule, PDT rule, means that you are not able to trade more than three times a week, okay? So in that case, as a beginner trader with less than $25,000, you can only trade 3 times in a week, right? But until you get to, when you get to a point where you can raise $25,000 in your account, then you could write to your broker to change your account from margin to a cash account, where you are saying that now you are experienced, and with that kind of amount in your account, then it is assumed you know what you are doing, right? So in that case, you trade unlimited. Then we can enter into trades 10, 20 times a day if you want, and then you can trade throughout the week. That is from Monday to Friday, except there are holidays, right? So this is what makes it very interesting, so that we want to look at how we can eventually come to that point where we can trade unlimited on the stock markets. All right, so here we are, and we are looking at how we are going to reach our $10,000, investing $1,000 to begin with. So if you check my sheet over here, this is our $1,000 that we have put in, and I am assuming that with the PDT rule that I have explained, we only trade 3 times a week, because our account is less than $25,000. So what we can get is only 3 days trading on the stock market every week. So this is how I have put it. This is our $1,000. And out of the $1,000, what we are going to do is that, if you watch some of my videos, I have said that when I started trading, I started with $1,000 before I started increasing the capital. So with the $1,000, we are not putting all into a trade. With one trade, we put in 10% of our $1,000 to trading. And so that is where you see here having $100, and then we are saying that we want to look at how we can make at least 30% out of this trade that we have entered into. Okay, now if you look at the stock market, and if you look at your charts, and if you have done your analysis very well, it is very easy to make between 10 to 30% trading options on the stock market. So I'm assuming that Well, sometimes you could make 10, you make 20, and other times you could also make, 50, you can make 60. But I'm putting this as an average of what we can make, whether we are making small or big. At the end of the day, with the process we are going to be using, we can make at least 30% on this 100 that we have invested to trade in options. So if we have invested 10% of our capital, which is 1,000, and we are expecting to make 30% gain, then it means that we would have made $30 on that trade. And so we make the $30, and then we add the 30 to our capital, making it 130. Then, we want to add the 30 to our 10% again and take a trade so that we can be increasing on the profits. Okay, because with options, when you put in more and you do your calculations well, the outcome is usually more. If you put on small, the outcome is, relatively small. So we put in our 30, adding to our 10%. Now we have our 130, making the same 30, then 30%. Then we have, this time our profit is $39. Right. Now we are left with, so we add our profit, the 30, the 39 to our $1,000 capital. Now we have $1,069 in our account, and we are still adding the profit to our 10%. Remember, we are not exceeding trading with 10%. You understand? So we put our $69 profit that we have made, and then we have added it to our 10%, making $169, and we take our last trade for the week. Then we make $50.7 for that trade, and the week has ended, and so for that week we have made $119.7 for that week. Right. So we return the next week, and we are looking at week 2. This is week 2 here. I don't know whether you can see it. This is week 2 in red. I just put week 2 in red. Yeah, so we begin with our capital that we ended the last week with, and that is $1119.7. And so we are taking our trade. So we have added our profit to our 10%. Now our trading capital is $219.7 that we can enter our first trade with for the second week. Making 30%, we make $65.91. The process goes on for the next and then the next, and for that week 2 too, our trading capital and our profit comes to $1,382.68. Right. So for this video, I'm going to end the process here. As you can see how we are going, we are only on week 2, but I know that for our 12 months, it would have been very appropriate if we had started this earlier, that maybe by January 2nd, we started this, but unfortunately, we couldn't start at that time. But I'm hoping that with these lessons, we are going to start from next week. Okay, even if we start in the last week of January, we can still, drive that to 12 months to be able to reach our goal. So on the next episode, I'm going to take you through week 3 and week 4, and then we'll see how we are progressing. We are not going to just trade and then leave the money and trade, because we are going to be as practical as possible, because I know very well that raising $1,000 may be easy for some people, but in some other people it may be a bit difficult. So if they are able to come up with that 1,000, it means that you have put everything together to raise that trading capital. And so we want to look at how we'll be trading and how we can withdraw some of our profits to enjoy our lives as we move on trading and still can reach our goal of $10,000 in 12 months. If that sounds like something that you want to be part of, you want to join my trading community, you want to subscribe to the channel, you want to follow every video that I upload, subscribe, comment, like, leave your questions, and I'll be glad to answer them. This channel is a channel that we are bent on teaching what we know. We are not just about coming to talk stuff, but we are going to, walk the talk, and then you see everything for yourself. And I believe that if you are following, in the next, even if you are a beginner trader, in the next 12 months, you would have acquired a very good skill of trading on the stock market where you can make money for yourself to retire rich and retire young. So there you have it. This is just the beginning. You would realize that as we move on episode by episode, we are able to make money. We are able to invest some. We are using some of our capital to trade. We are increasing in profit. We are investing in shares, and we are making passive incomes. We are making, how do you call that? Profit through some of the shares we are buying, receiving dividends from some of the shares we are buying. And what prevents us from taking the 1,000 to 10,000 in 12 months? Nothing.
Start with nothing, start today. Learn to hustle, find a way. Brick by brick you build it right. From the morning through the night, dreams are growing step by step. Every fall a future pep. No experience, just a heart. That's the way you got to start. Income streams, they start to flow. From determination they grow. Build your world with what you do. Financial freedom just for you.